Okay, this is Archie, and in this video I'll be showing you how to navigate the new Solscan UI. So if you see my previous video, you saw that I talked about the beginner's tutorial on how to navigate Solscan. Solscan is a UI that helps you to see, what is going on chain with different projects on Solana. So for example here, if you look at Deck Screener, if you don't know Deck Screener, I also have a video on this. This is a token I just pulled up randomly called Max that's doing pretty well. And on the side, they let you open different information. So this information about the token and the pair. And when you open about the token, you get this in Solscan. So this gives you the on-chain information about the token. You can see the price, the market cap, the current supply. But I want to kind of go over what I went over in the previous video, the beginner's video, but this time for the new UI. There's been a few changes that have been made. Okay, so first of all, we have the token address, which is pretty obvious. All the other information. Now we have this toggle here with authority. Update authority is the person who can, is typically the dev, okay? It's typically the developer's address most of the time. We can see here some new UI stuff here going on. You can filter from time, so maybe you want to pick, trades between, one time to another. We have called actions. So SPL transfer is just transfer of tokens. Burn is when you burn the token. Mint is creation of a token. And in Solana you create accounts, but you probably don't need to focus on this too much. From is pretty self-explanatory. And to is, so from and to. Change amount, right? What was the change amount? You set the minimum and maximum. And here you can hide 0 amounts and then export the CSV. So there's been a few other changes. For example, we've got the new tab called DeFi Activities. So DeFi Activities just gives you an overview of the swaps. So we can see here there's a 0.6 Sol swapped for this amount of max, which should coincide with Deck Screener exactly. So you can see the 0.6 Sol for the max, and we've got the USD amount. So it's kind of almost similar to what you would see on Deck Screener, but it's just giving you, that on-chain information. So this guy made that swap, and AGG token swaps just aggregate the token swap. So you can filter. So if I want to see, add liquidity, let's see if that shows up. So you can see actions that led to adding liquidity, removing liquidity. Let's reset. And you can see the platform. So here's Jupiter and so on. So if you want to filter by source, Jupiter is a different aggregator from Radium. This is platforms people typically use to make their swaps and so on. So, and then you can also search by tokens and all of that. So this is the, the new changes to the UI, which is pretty useful. Here we've got the holders list, the top holders, the quantity, the percentage, and the value in dollars that's being held by each holder. In Solana, you have an account. So your account is what you are familiar with, which is your wallet address. And the token account is specifically an account that you hold that is specifically for holding a specific token. Maybe you want to think of this like, maybe your bank is like give you a specific account for a foreign currency. Maybe you're in a country and you open up a USD account specifically for holding your USD currency. So this is the same thing as a token account. Analysis is breakdown. Markets is, what markets is it trading on. Now we go to metadata. So typically, mint is the token address. All of this should be self-explanatory. Now we need to think about the update authority. This is the dev. This is the metadata information about the token. If I paste that in here, we can see that the name is Max, image, symbol, description, and then all the socials about the token. A lot of people get confused. They think that socials is only mean that somebody paid on Dex Screener to show the socials. But when a token is created, this is actually uploaded from the beginning. So it is possible to see a token's socials before they pay for it on Dex Screener. Right, Dex Screener is just one platform. They have many other competitors like Bird Eye and so on. So just because somebody hasn't paid for socials on Dex Screener doesn't mean that the socials doesn't exist. Does that make sense? So now we got the socials. Let's go to update authority. Let's have a look at what the developer is up to. Okay, so this was the person who created the token. And we can see that he transferred from, you can see the instructions. So he transferred from Binance. Let's click on transfer. You can see there's a transfer instruction. If I wanted to filter to see all the transfers. So he sent 0.3 Sol. And from there he transferred out to these two wallets. Let's check it out. Okay, I think these are all part of the same transaction. You can see that having the same signature. This looks like the minting. Let me just click. Okay, yes, correct. So this was mint. He minted the token. This is just creating the token. This is not launching the token. Let's go and see what happened here. So we can see he paid this amount, and in return he got, wow, okay, so it's now worth $5 million, but at the time it was 100 million max. And yeah, summary mode if you're kind of newbie, legacy mode if you understand a bit more. But this is his wallet, so you can see he paid, he created the max token, and from there it was minted to 6M. Okay, so it looks like the mint was sent to another address. Interesting. Let's continue. Oh, no, that's the token address, or the token. Let's see, 6M. Yeah, this is the token account that's holding the token. So we have here ATA. Okay. What was I? And so here he minted the token. You can see balance changes. So previously we looked at the token address from a Solscan perspective. Now we're looking at the specific wallet and how you can analyze. So you can see here we had 100 million max when it was minted, and here 100 million max was transferred to this address. I believe from what I'm seeing here, there was a transfer. Let's go to DeFi activities. Okay, so there was a transfer to EXP, and let's see what happened here. So this guy received the tokens, and then we had some deposits going on. Okay. This is an interesting case. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the creation transaction, just to show you if this is indeed the developer's Solscan, which it should be. But it seemed like what he did was he didn't launch the token. So the update authority is typically the person who creates the token. But from what I can see, the developer who created the token transferred out to another person who, now I'm trying to figure out what that person did to actually create the liquidity pool. So we open this transaction, we can see that we create an ATA. An ATA is, like I said, it's like your bank creating an account specifically for USD. So every token has to have an ATA, an associated token account on it, which enables the transfer of the tokens. So the ATA was created and sent to this guy. But let me go and check out this token account. Okay, so create the ATA, it came in, and then he did a transfer to another wallet. Okay, so there was two transfers of the token supply to this guy now. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so yes, looks a bit sketchy to me, but it is what it is, right? So what you want is you're looking for a mint, and if you open here, you see the transaction responsible for creation of the liquidity pool. So typically what would happen is this should have all happened in that first wallet. That was the update authority, but you know, there's always going to be some sketchy stuff going on, right? You know, they transfer to another wallet and another wallet. I don't know what they're trying to hide, but anyway, I figured out that this is this is the eventual wallet that was responsible for creating this liquidity pool. Which, if you're not aware of that, maybe watch some other videos in the channel about liquidity pool, but basically just enabling people to trade. And you can see here that, you know, we have creation. He put all the tokens that was minted and 10 Solana to create this trading pool. And then all these fees are paid to Radium. Radium is an automated market maker, allows for trading. So don't worry if you see all of this, it's not any sketchy stuff. It's just all the different accounts that you have to pay to enable trading. And then when you finish the completion, you get liquidity pool tokens. Here you get liquidity pool tokens that represent your liquidity pool. Now, if the developer receives this liquidity pool tokens and he does not burn them, then obviously he can just swap them to get back the pair of what he put in plus some profits, right? So this is why it's important to make sure developer has locked liquidity pool by burning them, which means he's just renouncing authority over it, that he cannot swap it back to where it came from. So this is the transaction responsible for that. And if we go back, you know, if we cancel that action, I'm just trying to show you how the new UI kind of makes life a bit easier to do investigation. And we can now come here, and if I go back to action, assuming I couldn't see the burn, but let's click burn. And so this is the burn transaction. And you can see here, he burned all of the liquidity pool tokens. Again, burning is not like burning in the way you're thinking of it, like actual burning. What it is just, hey, saying that I will renounce my authority to swap these liquidity pool tokens back to the pairs that I put in. In other words, I cannot directly rug pull and steal all the funds of the pool. And so this is the burning of the tokens, which is why in Dex Screener you can see that it says it's basically 100% locked. So again, if you go to balance changes, you can see, how the different tokens balance change. You can specify the tokens that you want to see how the balance has changed for the particular wallet. We can see here that you can see how his balance changed of the LP tokens and his max, the max changed. And toggle by time, it's useful. You can see which transactions took place at the same time. You can see DeFi activities, add liquidity, right? So actually this is a quicker way than what I did. Earlier I went here, I went to mint. Well, maybe you could just come here, go to action and go to add liquidity, and you can see very quickly the transaction responsible for creating the liquidity pool. Again, if you wanted to see swaps, you can do that as well. And that's that in a nutshell. So if you want to investigate, you can go, say if I want to see, okay, where did he get his Solana from? I'll just go here to Sol transfers, hide zero amount, hide spam transfers. And then here, maybe I'll go on inflows, and you can see, let me just click here. Let me go to SPL transfers. And you can see here, this is history about this dev wallet in the Solana that the dev wallet received. So you can see here he received funding from Binance initially, and this wallet sent 415 Solana, 557 Solana, 15 Solana. So if I want to continue investigation, I can always go to see where who sent it to him, and the usual stuff. Okay, so Binance sent 500, and he sent amounts to the guy, but then there's other linked wallets, and I can go on and on and on in the investigation. Okay, I have many videos about investigating wallets and all of that, so I'm not spend too much time here. But this is how you can use Solscan, the new UI. Now, let me just quickly look at, let's say you want to analyze a wallet trader. We were just analyzing a creator. So what if you want to analyze a trader? So let me just go on top traders. Let me see. Let me find a wallet that's interesting. Okay, this guy did pretty well. That's clean. Okay, this guy did very well. This is like yeah, almost a 200x, no? No, 20x. Okay, let's open this guy. And let's say I found this interesting wallet and I want to analyze, how this wallet performs. Maybe I want to get some strategies. So, first of all, you can see it's already giving instructions, but you can go straight to DeFi activities. You can see token swaps. So for example, let's say, this is Max, and I want to know, how did he perform with Max? So I click, I get the token address, I paste it in here, and then we get Max. So now we should filter it by Max, and you can see that he purchased for 0.1 Sol to get this much Max, and Let's see what happened here. So he purchased 0.1 Sol, and then here we're seeing a selling for 2000, which corresponds to what we saw here on Dex Screener. But I'm just assuming that you can't see what's going on Dex Screener. So that's how he performed in that situation. And you know, you've got the balance changes, of course, but not as relevant if you're trying to examine performance of trade. You go on transfers here, you can see that he's using a Sol trading bot, which is a Telegram bot for trading, Gito tips, of course, for speed. And yeah, so there's a lot of information. You know, he's also trading on a pump fund, Radium, and let's see here. Again, I go back to DeFi. You know, let's look at this case with Studi. So I'm just going to copy. Should copy the link address. Okay, I need to clean it up a little bit. So we just get the token address. Okay, so this token called Studi, and I can see here 3 Sol, 3 Sol, 3 Sol, 3 Sol, 3 Sol. So he spent 3 times 5, 15 Sol, sold for 10 Sol. And what is the current balance? Let's see. So he spent 15 Sol and he sold for 10 Sol. Let me view the token account. Okay, remember the token account is like the bank account specifically for currency, which is different from just the mint address, right? The address of the token is different from the account that you are holding for the particular token. So I'm going to view the token account just to see what the current balance is. Remember, he swapped this amount, so he sent it from this token account here. Let's see what the balance is. Okay, so I can see here he has 0 Studi left. We go on balance changes, and that doesn't make sense because this is 7 times 4, that's 28 plus 6. Okay, yes. Let's see what transfers is saying. So purchase. Okay, so this was a loss. It looks like to me. Yep, looks like a loss to me. And let me just confirm. Let's SPL token address. Let's go here. And pretty huge drop. I'm going to go back here, take the owner. Let's go to Studi. Okay. Again, if what I'm doing now look like magic, just go and watch the tutorials on Dex Screener for beginners. Okay, so of course this corresponds with what we saw in Solscan, and he made the loss. Okay, so I was correct. Okay, so I hope you find this useful. You know, it helped to it helped to just confirm some stuff that you can see on different platforms, but also help you to basically do your own private investigation, understand, you know, if somebody's even transferring you funds, how do you check it out? Check the transfers, open the signature, you can, you know, use the summary mode and just see what's going on. But I think these changes are useful. They're good. They make things easier for people to see what's going on chain, and make it more safe for everybody. Okay, so I hope you find this useful. Take it easy.